A quick couple of reviews for two modern B-movie 80s schlock horror homages today, Psycho Goreman and Willy's Wonderland. Psycho Goreman is a comedy horror that released last month, an obvious loving tribute to 80s schlock horror. You know, the type where teens stumble across and awaken some unstoppable ancient evil that kills a bunch of people in some gruesome manner before miraculously being stopped in the very last 5 minutes. Unlike those movies, which were usually very much serious in their earnestness, Psycho Goreman is very much aware of what it is, and is a fantastic 90 minutes of humour, gore, practical effects, and the universe's greatest evil, a tween girl. I of course loved this because it is very much up my alley, but like most comedies, whether you are going to enjoy it is very subjective and hinges on whether you connect with the film's humour, which is very much campy schlock cheese in this case. Also, whether you can stomach a clearly overacting tween girl who happens to be the main character, which could be a big no from some viewers, I'm sure. If you love the first 10 minutes, you will love the next 80. If you don't, then pretty much things aren't changing, is my advice. Also, this movie is in no way scary. It's very much a horror with very over-the-top gore played for laughs rather than scares, created with some absolutely brilliant use of practical effects. It's a kind of film that 13-year-old me would have thought an instant classic. With all that in mind, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. I genuinely laughed out loud several times, but the humour missed from me a few too many times for it to be a perfect 5.
It was nice meeting you.
It would be nicer if you were dead.
Alright, bye.
Willy's Wonderland is basically Five Nights at Freddy's the movie. For anyone who doesn't know, that is a point-and-click horror survival game set in a sort of Chuck E. Cheese style restaurant where the animatronic mascot animals come alive at night and try to murder the security guard, which was hugely popular with teens maybe, I don't know, like 5 years ago now. In Willy's Wonderland, Nicolas Cage playing our entirely silent protagonist, which I think is a first for me in any movie I have ever seen. He doesn't utter a single word throughout this film's almost 90-minute runtime, is tricked into cleaning Willy's Wonderland, a Chuck E. Cheese-like restaurant where the animatronic mascot animals come alive at night and murder anyone inside the building. Nick Cage has to fight to survive against the deranged animatronics. Like Psycho Goreman, the violence and horror throughout are played for laughs more than screams, with Cage, who has seemingly reinvented himself as an over-the-top B-movie meme version of himself in recent years, somehow hamming it up while saying exactly nothing. But unlike Psycho Goreman, didn't get many chuckles from this movie. A B-plot of a group of annoying teens attempting to simultaneously burn Willy's Wonderland to the ground and save Nick Cage means there is at least some dialogue that explains the nonsensical plot that needs no real explanation, to be honest. But their main purpose is of course as sacrificial lambs to be murdered in various ways by the animatronics. The animatronics are really well done, and it is all competently shot, and even at times looks way more expensive than its budget, but this movie is essentially a one-trick pony, and once you've seen that one trick about 20 minutes in, there isn't much except some cheap gore, horror cliches, and a whole lot of bad acting from everyone who is not called Nick Cage to keep you entertained. I kind of wish the teenage cast had taken a leaf out of his book and taken a vow of silence, to be honest. Also, if you are doing a modern homage to 80s schlock horror and you insist on having a sex scene, go the whole hog and have actual nudity for God's sake. If you've ever wanted to see Nick Cage curb stomp an animatronic gorilla into a urinal, here's your chance. 2.5 out of 5 stars for some hammy Nick Cage alone.
You are officially on staff.